My name is José Alexandre Crippa. I'm a full professor of psychiatry and neuroscience at the University of Sao Paulo at the Faculty of Medicine. And I'm working with cannabinoids since 1997, around 25 years by now. And our group has expanded the discovery of many aspects on cannabidiol, focusing on cannabidiol, although we have already studied other cannabinoids in this field, in this area.
First of all, Doctor, tell us, how did you get involved with the cannabis plant, with the research about it? How did you start working on this field?
Actually, Brazil has a pedigree on studying cannabinoids since 70s. And my supervisor here at the university was Professor Antonio Zuardi, that was the person who discovered the opposite effects of THC and CBD in 1980. And that was the base for the Sativex formulation that is now used worldwide. So he kept this line of investigation, and as a young physician and a young postgrad student, I started working in this area as well. So I got involved in this contest, although my PhD was focused on neuroimaging and schizophrenia. I worked since that period with cannabinoids.
What is the big picture right now, the state of the research on cannabinoids? Where are we? Where are the scientific community right now around cannabinoids? Like 30 years, more than 30 years now of investigation and research. What is the state right now?
Actually, it's funny because we have followed the publications on different cannabinoids in terms of specifically in cannabidiol, which is our main studies, main target. We have been following this. And since around 2008, 2009, there was very few studies, but started a boom after the use by the patients and after the companies, the business started playing this game. So it's really interesting because the porosity between the academia and the productive sector was pivotal to expand the research in this field and vice versa. So I guess the next steps are to advance in terms of safety of the different cannabinoids, to expand the knowledge of the combination of the different cannabinoids. Some cannabinoids that used to be known as non-active may have activity. So I think that will be definitely the next step on that. So I do believe that after discovering the endocannabinoid system, which is a new target for different conditions like pain, and neuropsychiatric disorder, oncology, we will have a new avenue to study and to become part of the arsenal for the physicians to treat and to bring quality of life for the patients.
You've been working on research around cannabidiol or CBD. This cannabinoid is perhaps the most popular right now. There's a lot of talking about, there's a lot of products in different countries. There are some countries making regulatory frameworks to allow patients and consumers get access to CBD cannabidiol. What are the most recent discoveries around this substance?
For the very first time discovered its effect in burnout disorder, which is a condition that has been highlighted even more and more. And especially we have run a clinical trial in frontline workers during the pandemic, a huge clinical trial that was during the first wave of the pandemic, the COVID-19 pandemic. It seems to open a new avenue to treat this condition that so far there was any pharmacological treatment for that. In addition to that, we have, for the very first time, discovered its potential effect in Parkinson disorder in some different aspects of pain, not all pain, but some aspects of pain. We have just concluded a study in social phobia, which is an anxiety disorder. And in such advancement, it seems to, in the nearby future, it seems to, in any kind of oncology treatment, maybe cannabidiol will be part of the arsenal, posed to not only to reduce the side effects of the standardized treatments like the chemotherapy, but also in addition to the treatment of oncology itself. The challenge actually, both in cannabidiol and other cannabinoids, is to advance in terms of the mechanisms of action and to know its safety, the dose, and also the efficacy, the level of efficacy of these compounds. In terms of science, I think that's the way we have to deal with.
Why is important for researchers, for scientists to have legal frameworks in every country to work around cannabis and its cannabinoids?
It's really important because, for instance, in Brazil, we have a big struggle in 2015 because cannabidiol, for instance, which is a non-psychomimetic compound of cannabis sativa, was a big struggle with the parliament, the Brazilian Congress, with the law system, to teach them that cannabidiol was not a compound that was used to be classified as heroin, cocaine, for instance. And it was a struggle to reclassify it such as an antidepressant or anticonvulsivant. So in that way, any patient would not be doing an illegal problem as taking a drug for recreational use in the same system. So I think advancing this aspect to teach society, and as part of the advancements of knowledge, it's crucial. It's essential, in my opinion.
Like this decade is going to be one of the most important for everything related to cannabis, not only regulatory openness in some countries, also more research. There's a lot of research in many countries right now. And there's a lot of interest from companies. There's a growing interest in the plant. How do you see the future of the cannabis and the cannabinoids in society for the next years?
In my opinion, it's really important to all the parts involved in terms of cannabis and cannabinoids get, how would I say, sincere discussion, because every side there's a trend to disclosure their own beliefs. It's really important to try to reach to a real truth. For instance, it's well known that there are many harms, especially for youngs, for pregnant women, for persons with previous mental disordered conditions, that cannabis plants may have harm. It's well known. In other side, there are many situations or many potentials for the treatment of lots of people with many disorders, many conditions that do not respond for the standard medicines. So trying to reach this balance between the plant itself towards the benefits is not an easy thing. So the main discussion would reach all the society, including the productive sector, including the pharma companies, including the people that profit from it. But in addition to that, the people who may get benefits from the plant, and also the potential people that may have harms for their recreational use. Having this balance is not easy, but the society has to advance being in full acknowledgement that you have to observe the other side to understand it, to reach an equilibrium in this way.
Doctor, you are one of the speakers of the next Cannaworld Congress that is going to be held on Medellín, Colombia on July 7 and 8. What will you be talking about on your presentation on Cannaworld Congress?
I'm really excited to be in Medellin, not only because Colombia, I have been, sometimes I really appreciate the country, and amazing the vibration and people over there. But in addition to that, because I will present for the participants an overview, how does cannabidiol move from an inactive compound to a medicine with a wide mechanisms of action, a medicine that can work for many different conditions. In addition to the potential for the business and the transformation that are necessary in terms of this compound, which seems to be right now one of the most important cannabinoids in this area.
Well, is there something else you would like to add to this interview, Doctor?
I think I would like to highlight again that it's really important, the patients, the physicians, the scientists, but it's really important also, I think the main target of the conference or the Congress for the business side, but it's really important, in addition to the profit, to give an overview, the importance of the business side, because the business side, working together with the scientists, working together with the ethical aspects, would be, and the necessities, not only the necessities, but also with the importance of the safety of all of cannabinoids. It's really important to be working all together. That's why we reach a better society, and that's what I truly believe in this field.
Well, thank you for your time, Doctor.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure, and I welcome everybody and see you in Medellin in July. See you there.